Hello, this is Gary from VR Roundtable, and this is New Retro Arcade Neon. And I just wanted to do a quick play of this because this is one that I don't hear mentioned too often anymore, but it's a really cool little experience. So I wanted to show you guys, just in case you haven't seen it or haven't heard of it, because there's, I mean, I guess it'll appeal to a certain kind of person, this one, but it's this experience puts you in like an 80s arcade, but the attraction to it is that it's very customizable, and you can do a lot of things in here. Obviously set up different kinds of machines and all this kind of stuff. Now you can use standard locomotion in this, or you've also got a teleport option. So here we are in an 80s arcade, and this has been set up using a pack, which I saw a post on Reddit where a guy had set up a pack that you could download, and it was all ready to go. You know, all the machines were set up, they were all working with working ROMs, so I thought I'd download that, and this is what you're seeing here now. So I'll put a link to that Reddit post in the description below, just so you can check that out yourself if you own the full version of this game. But yeah, so this is it. This is New Retro Arcade Neon, and you know, you can go up to any of these games. You can play a bit of Metal Slug. Just press the triggers, and that will sort of lock your controllers into this machine then. And then if you want to put in some credits so you can start playing the game, you can press the left menu button. That will give you some credits in there, and then one player start. Or maybe I can two player start, thinking about it, but that doesn't matter. No, one player, that's fine. So here we are, and the one thing that you'll notice about this game, we all moan about the resolution in the VR headsets from time to time. There's a problem in everything, but in this it's not a problem at all. When you're playing these games, they're absolutely perfect looking, I would say. I mean, they don't look a great deal different than if you're playing on a standard CRT monitor. I just think it looks great. The one thing I will say is the controls can sometimes be a little bit finicky. They're not ideal using the Vive controller. It's, you know, using the touchpad. I'll talk about this in a while. I'd rather have an analog stick on the Vive controller, like in the touch, but we're stuck with what we've got, and there is the addition that the touchpads on here. Some people prefer the touchpads, but they can be sort of used as buttons as well as they are on the right controller on this. The right controller touchpad uses all the buttons on the machines, and then the left one operates the joystick on the arcade machine, which is probably the best way to do it. It just doesn't feel too natural straight off, so it does take a little bit of getting used to. Once you've had enough of the game, you can just step away and teleport wherever you want to go. So we've got other things in here as well. It's not all just arcade machines. You've got this basketball game as well that you can play. It doesn't feel great. The physics don't quite feel right on the throw, but maybe that's just me. Or maybe it's just me giving excuses, I don't know. So let's just go around here. So you've got all these machines all working as well. You've got a little bit of bowling that you can play. Again, the games within here, they're not great really. They don't feel great, but the arcade machines themselves are good, and they're all operational. This is the thing, it's just so good to come in here and have an explore. So you've got a Game Boy just lying down here. You can operate the Game Boy. That's now in my hands, moving as you would expect it. Super Mario Land 2. The resolution in the Game Boy games, I will say, it's not ideal. It has to, yeah, you can't really see that very clearly at all. You have to get sort of right, really close to your face in order to see everything clearly. So that's not great. Game Boy games, I mean, it feels good and everything, but the just resolution is a problem on that particular format, I would say. I say arcade machines are great. They all look fantastic in here. Overall, the place is very detailed and it looks as you'd expect it. You know, the resolution of these HMDs is probably more of a problem just looking around the arcade than it is in anything else. Let's go over to here. Yeah, I mean, looking at the CRT TVs and everything, you can the resolution isn't a problem. Looking around the arcade, you know, everything's slightly blurred. It is in a lot of experiences, really. Only very slightly. It does look pretty good. With it being all customizable, you can import sort of your own movies, pick up these VHSs, put them in the VHS player, and you know, you've got a movie playing right in front of you. You can then pick up a game, put it in the Super Nintendo, and then away you go. So you've got a movie playing there on the TV next to you, and then you've got a Super Nintendo game which looks fantastic. You know, there is absolutely nothing wrong with the way this looks. We get hung up on the resolution, and yet this just proves how it's all within context. The context of this game looks great in here, because this is what we were used to. We were used to low resolution games, and they look absolutely perfect as far as I'm concerned. Maybe very slightly lower resolution than a standard CRT in real life in front of you, but it's not a big problem. You can really get over that very easily. Oh yeah. So that's that. Just teleport away. So that's really the game. I mean, it's probably going to appeal to a certain kind of person who is into retro games, like I said before. So it's not going to be for everybody, but if this looks like your cup of tea, I think you'd be very pleasantly surprised by how well it works. The downsides, mainly the finicky controls using the Vive controllers, and those kinds of things really. But overall, very good experience. £15 from what I remember when I picked it up. There is a demo, or there was a demo I should say. I didn't check that before I did this Let's Play, but so you can check that out, but it won't have any working machines within the demo. You can just sort of go around and explore the arcade, which is okay if you want to get a feel of it. If you want to set the arcade up like this, then you can download the pack that I'll put in the description, and you know, it's got a lot that you can do yourself. If you want to get into that and change the position of all these machines, put different ROMs in them, then you're welcome to do that within this as well. But that's pretty much it, just a very quick look at this. So yeah, if you think it's for you, definitely pick it up. But thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you next time.